3 short films: Sacred Geometry by Renee Cox, Lena Victor for Visionaire, and Gender Shades by Joy Bulamwini center Black bodies, especially Black women's bodies, as visceral landmarks in the construction of innovative and transcendent geographies. 2 paintings, Through Deaf Slave's Eyes by Fred Beam and Living Out Loud by Yusuf Yahya, draw trails between the deaf and Black diasporas, centralizing geography through bodies and their physical communication. Begin with Renee Cox's piece, Sacred Geometry. See figures as a malleable medium, as assembled Black bodies radiate out in writhing, powerful collages. Sacred Geometry invites the audience to enter a new world with its own unique geography, mesmerizing background music, and awe-inspiring narration. See the pleasing fractal kaleidoscopes with their symmetrical geometry that explode against a purely Black space. The audience feels disoriented, yet captivated and paradoxically centered by the only landmarks available: bodies. One body, for example, is visually mapped out by a myriad of others, portraying a multiplicity of self. Sacred Geometry allows the viewer to imagine a space outside of the nation, outside of the law, where body and unapologetic presence is power. Return to Living Out Loud by Yusuf Yahya. See the ways that hands, bodies, and faces express visual maps of communication. The piece invokes a sense of surveillance and judgment, like a fish in a bowl, yet there is also a clear presence of community and excitement. The piece includes both American Sign Language and English words to draw from 2 often discrete linguistic sets of conceptual maps. The piece exemplifies how the meaning of bodies depends on the conceptual maps of the audience, reminding the viewer that representations have no fixed meaning. Rather, cultural and linguistic maps dictate understanding of art. Compare with Gender Shades, a video essay by Joy Bulamwini about her academic thesis. An authoritative narration underlines the entire piece, centering the narrator, a Black woman, as the cartographer. Through exploring the poetry of code, Gender Shades imagines space for bodies inside the digital realm, particularly in relation to the law. See the political representatives' faces and the legal connotations of digital surveillance. Gender Shades reminds the audience that bodies are situated within a legal context, and that the digital maps that quantify bodies are malleable instruments that can be interrogated and manipulated. The radiating matrices of faces visually lend the audience a map of the digitalization of bodies. The film portrays Black women's bodies as containing a nearly mystical refusal of legal quantification, analysis, or surveillance, and therefore act as landmarks for the construction of a map that defies the rule of law. Now see Through Deaf Slave's Eyes by Fred Beam. The visual depiction of the flag and chains transports the audience to a geography that exists with reference to the law. The transparent, faded quality of the image creates a sense of reverence, as if the piece is an ancient map rediscovered. The way that the man's body fades into the flag and chains creatively entangles body and nation. The piece calls the viewer to recognize that, just as the geographies of the state are constructed by bodies, bodies themselves are geographies bounded by the intersections of the law. Lena Victor's Visionaire allows the audience to envision sacred space and a futuristic geography. The many shots with her holding gold or black globes center Victor, a black woman, is literally holding the world and all of its geographies in her hands. Gold brings to mind wealth under capitalistic rule, yet Visionaire also calls the audience to create threads of diasporic conductivity from gold to the African continent, ancient Kemet or Egypt, and colonialism. Victor coats her body in the powerful element, connecting its power as a rare mineral derived only from intense cosmological forces to her own power as the dominating landmark in the film's geography. Now, with the radiating power of sacred bodies, the audience must fabricate their own visionary map of the world.